Hi everyone, it's BDevine and welcome to Divine Miracles and Tarot Mini Forecast this week for the fire signs. And I am using the Tarot of the Old Path. Whoops, I need to make sure they're the right way around. Oh, and these are what they sort of look like. Very different, very bright and colourful. Okay, so I'm starting off with Aries, and let's see what message comes through for you for this week. Here we go, Aries. That's it. Okay, Aries, the Seven of Pentacles, which is like the Seven of Coins. And as you can see here, there is this little bit of distress on the face of the person here. There's a little bit of worry. And what I would sort of generally indicate here is that you're a little bit worried about the seeds that you've planted, that they may not flourish, they may not grow, they may not bring you the happiness that you're looking for. You're also thinking of many different things at the same time. Maybe there is a lot of different ideas that are coming forward for you now, and it can be really confusing about the next step to take, like what you should really be doing, you know. Whatever path you're on at the moment, whatever decisions that you've made, there's a big message here not to panic. Don't get yourself in any kind of panic. And don't get yourself with too many thoughts going on in your head. And if that starts happening, sift out the things that you really don't need to be in there. If you're starting to focus on one thing and it starts to turn into another thing and another thing and another thing, then you're starting to get yourself worked up. Okay, so tell yourself, stop. I'm doing it again. Thanks, angels. You need to really take care of all this crap that's in here and lift it away. Work on the different chakra levels too, you know, to bring in light into your body and bring you into that peaceful state. So when you're talking really, really fast and you're getting yourself worked up and you're out of breath, that can't be a good thing. Okay, and this is what you've been doing a little bit lately, working yourself up, panicking about your future, wanting to know what's going to happen, and then you might relax, you know. And I think that happens a lot of the time. We just want this foot out into the future, and if we know that when we go that way it's going to be absolutely fine, then we go that way. But that's not how it works. You can do things to bring in a peaceful experience into your future, making everything easy. So maybe stop trying to make everything hard for yourself with these thoughts and put those thoughts into good use about everything smooth, everything lucky, everything easy, everything flowing. And if you can see everything like that in your life and keep that focus even when you don't see evidence of it straight away, but keep that focus, it starts happening, you know, because the universe is saying, oh, that's what's going on in her life, boom, or his life, you know, and it starts shifting for you and you really will see it. Take note of your inner state, because your inner state, even if you're got a big smile on your face, it's reflecting on the outside to other people. It's felt in your vibration with other people. And if you're trying to work and you're all worked up, could be passing that on too. So although there's been a time of stress, tell yourself this is only temporary. I'm going to figure things out. I'm going to lift myself into the next phase of my life, and I will be successful because I have the drive and the determination to do so. And it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks of that process or how I process things. I'm still going to keep going ahead with my plans and dreams. And as you can see, even though the person is worried, everything, you know, bears fruit and it's got money on it. So it will be successful. Okay, try to get out of your head. Don't live in there anymore. Live into the heart, where the soul is, where peace resides. Okay, so that's the message for Aries. Now I do apologize if some people get a longer message. I don't know, sometimes that just happens, but we'll see how we go. Leo, here we go. Leo. Alright, Leo, this is what you've been going through, and perhaps this is something that will make sense as I get talking. This is the Five of Swords, and the Five of Swords is at times a very internal sort of a card. When we're talking about the swords, we're talking about mental conflictions at times. And this is something that you're conflicting or you're going over within yourself. There seems to be someone, and you can see this person is behind, someone from your past who may be causing a lot of inner turmoil within you or upsetting you on some level, or is sending some kind of negative attack. And negative attack just comes from even just negative thoughts about you, or someone thinking about you and getting annoyed, or whatever that is. That energy accumulates, and when you're feeling low, it starts to come in and hit. And you can tell when you're getting some kind of negative influence in your life, because you may all of a sudden be in a bad mood, or all of a sudden everything is irritating you, or you can't seem to do anything right. You feel very frustrated within yourself. So it's a really good time to once and for all just cleanse and clear all this negative energy out of here, and asking for anybody or anything or any negative energy at all to be moved right away from you in love and light. And sometimes people just send it back to wherever it came from, but if you send it in love and light, then you're doing a really good thing for yourself too. Don't worry about the feelings of anxiety and worry and concern and upset that you've been going through. Just say to yourself, okay, I've needed some things to come to the surface. I've needed to go through this particular event in my life in order to strengthen me and to teach me something that I can then share with other people later on. And I think this is, because I'm a Leo too, that really makes sense to me, that a lot of the things that I go through I don't understand at the time, and I get frustrated like this, and then I think, no, this is some kind of experience that I can bring up and talk about later on. Don't worry about anything that's behind you. Whatever's behind you has already happened. And if we keep looking that way, it's not going to do any different or make any difference, because we're not going that way. We've decided to move forward. Yes, you may have lost some things. Yes, there may be many things that you wish that you could change, but you can't. So it's time to put healing into the past, love and light into the past, and keep on focusing on your direction. And if you get to a point where you're feeling frustrated and upset and worn out and all of those things, just take some time out for yourself, and start to nurture yourself a little bit too. When everyone's putting you down and upsetting you and hurting your feelings and all of that, and you can't process in it, you need to escape and spend some time on your own. Go for a drive. That's what I do. I go for a drive, I turn the music up, and I just go somewhere, or have a hot bath or something like that. But you need to stop battling things from your past, and just, if things are coming up to the surface, let them come up and out as a way of your own healing taking place too. So now that we've seen this can a new thing can start to flow in our life. We can be aware of our self-sabotaging thoughts and change those to positive ones. Let the past go, and anyone with it and any of their nastiness or whatever it is for you, let them go in love and light, and keep on charging ahead. You will see a difference start to happen in this week coming. Things start to fall into place. Maybe things that you've been waiting on for some time. Okay, so it is good news for Leo, and just be aware of the way your mind can play tricks on you too. And for Sagittarius, here we go. I have seen this card in every reading today. Okay, so this is for Sagittarius. The balancing act is happening. As Sagittarius, you are in a little bit of a whirlwind at the moment. There is new creative things happening for you. You are focusing more on yourself, on your goals, on the transition of things in your life. And then you go so far and then you go boom, back down to feeling overwhelmed again. And then you pick yourself up and drag yourself up and you start something again and then you go straight back down. So this roller coaster in emotions is something that you need to be aware of. What is it that triggers you back into a slump? You know, what is it that triggers you back into feeling hopeless about your future again? What is it? Is something not happening fast enough for you? Or is there not enough money coming in? Or are you comparing yourself to other people and their success? Are you limiting yourself and your beliefs and what you can really do? What do you think the trigger is? Or do you think that it's always been that way, where you get so far and you get knocked down, you get so far and you get knocked down? And if it's always been that way, are you sick and tired of that? Because something is allowing you to do this to yourself. Something is, really eating at you at times, and you just knock yourself straight off. Like you start doing really well and then you give up on the process. So look at the trigger points. Really take a good inventory of your life and see where you were having success and then what happened to cause it to fail. And sometimes it's other people's influence in our life, not wanting us to succeed or believing that whatever it is we believe in is absolute crap, and it puts a negative spin in your head and you feel like you're fighting and fighting and fighting just to have your own belief, just to have your own way of living, or just to do what you really want to do. It's like you've got to fight all of these things. So part of the transition process for you, for Sagittarius, and this is for everyone as well, is part of this transition process is stop the worry about what other people think of you. Stop the comparison and just be yourself and live in that all the time. Try your best to balance yourself. See, this is all about balance here. So do your best to balance yourself. Notice when things are going out of whack. Notice when you're not feeling the best. Pick up on all those triggers. Sage yourself and clear yourself and incense the house and change the energy in the house. Shift things around daily to see if it makes a difference in the energy. Go around and make sure that everything in your home is cleansed and cleared, and that there's no lower energies there, and that if there are, that they're going to the light, and visualize Archangel Michael taking anything that doesn't need to be there to the light for healing. Feel the balance wherever you go, and start noticing when you start to chip away at yourself, or you start to go low, low, low. Start noticing those things and what's triggering those things within you too. Bringing it back into balance, because once you do that, your whole life begins to shift, and it's like you just don't really worry about anything anymore, because everything's going to be taken care of. And that's the level where you're at, and it is going to be a big change, but once you can nail it, then you'll always do it, and you're going to feel so much better by doing that as well. So that was the message, or the messages for the fire signs. I hope that you enjoyed, and until the next time, it's goodbye for now. Bye.